Alrighty, so I'm back with another video. So I'm gonna cover the basics when it comes to old, like video game controllers. I'll cover the basics of this crap. Like, they've changed so many times. Like, the only like actual video game controllers that stayed into like near the same way was the PlayStation controllers. They look similar, except the newer one. I mean, it has like a whole funky, freaking awesome looking screen on the controller. But yeah, I want to show you some of the old controllers, like the 90s and the 80s controllers. Let's see, I have an Xbox 360, a PlayStation 1, and a Sega Genesis controller right here. So yes, I'm gonna show you how much they've changed in the past, what, 10, 20 years? I mean, I don't know when these consoles came out. I wasn't born then, so let's freaking find out, shall we? I'm gonna go over the Sega Genesis one, because it came out, like, in the 80s or early 90s. But I think PlayStation 1 was the game for the 90s. Like, the console. Boom. Like, these changed so pretty much. I mean, like, you can just, like, see, there's no free, oh, right. See, like, it's just only, like, there's no of these buttons. It's all just in the hands. Like, there's none of these. Which, and like, it's freaking, that a freaking humongous cord. Like, I mean, I'm sure they didn't have like wireless connections in the 80s or 90s. I don't know, but yeah, like, these have changed so freaking much. I mean, like, it looks like a freaking boomerang. Like, if you cut this cord off and just like throw it, I bet you would come back. Oh yeah. So, yeah. Sega Genesis controller. I don't know if you can see all of it. It's like, see the buttons, because everything's black and gray on it. But yeah, right there. Sega Genesis controller. Like, I don't even use my Sega Genesis anymore. I actually lost the cords to it, and like, I can't play it anymore. So now we're going back forward to the 90s. With my favorite console and console company, Sony PlayStation. This is actually a EA Sports controller. Like, see, and like the 90s is where these came in. Yeah, I mean, like, I still play my PlayStation 1, which is in my drawer right here. I still play it every now and then. I love the game Apocalypse, but yes, this is a PlayStation 1 controller. I mean, this freaking, like I didn't grow up with a PlayStation 1. The very first console I ever played and the very first console I ever touched was PlayStation 2. The PS2 was in the early 2000s, which I grew up then. So yes, and the first game I played on that thing was True Crime. That was one of the best games out there. But yeah, I mean, like, I didn't grow up on the PlayStation 1, but I mean, like, PlayStation 1s are so good, I feel like I grew up on them. I mean, it's just freaking awesome. And then they came back to the newer controllers, which I prefer the old controllers. Like, controllers like this, I prefer this, because they're just really freaking cool looking. But yes, like, and guess what? In the 90s, they still did not get rid of cords, which sucks. They still haven't, they've in the 2000s, they freaking still had cords, but at least they had wireless PlayStation 2 controllers. And now we're going to forward to crap. I don't know when this console came out. All I know it was like 8 years ago, because they're making a new one. They make a new console every 8 years. So we are going in to, hang on, crap, my camera got dark. We are going in to Xbox 360. This, like, when this thing came out, I don't know how old I was. I didn't get it when it first came out, but I did get it like when I was around 10. So yeah, this console, like, seriously, I love these controllers when they came out, like, but I still prefer the old PlayStation controllers. I mean, it's a nice controller, it's just I prefer older controllers, like crap like that. But I mean, my favorite part was you could press this freaking button and it would turn the freaking like, you can turn the console and you can turn the freaking Xbox 360 on and off with that freaking button. I think. Yeah, I think I turned it off with this button, which just makes it extra cooler. Thing won't stop blinking now, but yeah, I mean, like, it's just freaking awesome. I mean, like, how could you not love controllers like this? I mean, like, it made it a lot more easier to control. But yeah, like, how could you not love controllers like this? Because it's easier, and guess what? It has a mother freaking battery pack. And no freaking stupid cords. Which I loved about it, because I hated freaking cords. They always got in the freaking way. Like, you'd have to be doing this crap. Like, you'd have to be freaking... It would look like you're, like, when a cord got in your way, it'd be like you're having a freaking seizure and, like, just trying to yank it out the freaking way. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, like, when I first got this thing, I was so glad, because, like, I didn't have a freaking cord bothering me and people stepping over and freaking... You don't want to know how many times my PlayStation 2 just took a tumble to the freaking floor, because, like, I'd be playing it and people would walk by and they trip over the wire. PlayStation 2 came crashing down. Because back then I didn't have the money to buy a freaking wireless PlayStation 2 controller. I mean, like, every day, I mean, like, my PlayStation 2 would just, like, take a tumble like it's falling off a freaking mountain, like, woo! Like, I don't even know, like, I bet, like, some of these newer, like, some of these kids that, well, I'm still a kid, I'm a teenager, so, but, yeah, I mean, like, the people who didn't, like, the newer, like, newer babies that aren't gonna grow up with cord controllers, like these. They ain't gonna grow up with these. They're gonna grow up controllers like this. I mean, like the newer kids that, like, the babies that are just, like, are born every day, they ain't gonna grow up with no cords. They're gonna grow up with cordless controllers. Like, they won't even know how freaking hard it was to deal with a freaking cord controller. Like, kind of freaking seizure out there trying to get the cord out of the way. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like, controllers have changed in the past, like, freaking 30, 40 years. I mean, like, like, ever since the freaking first game came out, and I think it was like the 1960s or something like that, the Atari came out. I don't know when the Atari came out, but that was like the very first video game. Actually, I think that was the very first video game ever. But because my dad grew up playing the Atari, and like, I mean, like, it's so different. Like, the controllers nowadays are so freaking different, and, like, people now won't know how hard it was to grow up with freaking cord controllers. I mean, like, literally, like, every freaking day my PlayStation would just take a tumble, like it's going off the mountain, like, boom, like, it's like, boom, like it just freaking fall. I mean, I don't know how, my PlayStation 2 never broke, and I had one of those thin ones. I had like a PlayStation 2 Slim, so I didn't have like the big thick ones that were like invincible to break. But I had a freaking small one, and like it would like never break, and I would just never get off that freaking thing. I'd be like playing this every day, cause like the PlayStation 2 was like the best console. I think the PlayStation 2 is better than the freaking Xbox One and freaking Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Like the newer Sega console, which I think is coming out. I don't know if it's a console or a game, but I'm pretty sure it's a console. But yeah, I mean like PlayStation 2 was the best generation for video games because it had crap. I almost dropped my Xbox. I almost dropped my 360 controller. Cannot break this. Like they had like the best generation for freaking video games. I mean, like you had like Call of Duty, the very first Call of Duty coming out on freaking PlayStation 2. You had Fatal Frame 1, 2, and 3. You had crap, what was some other game? Siren, like that game. You had freaking all kinds of games coming out then. I think Deadly Premonition was on PlayStation 2, and I mean, like, they're best generation for freaking video games out there. Oh, you had freaking Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, and then GTA San Andreas. Those were the 3 GTA titles that was actually on the PlayStation 2. But yeah, but yeah, if you agree with me, like, leave a comment or a video response, like, and I'll show you all the controllers like in one hand if I can. Let me unravel these again. But yeah, I mean, like, they've changed so freaking much. There they are. These 3 consoles. So freaking different. Like, there's the PlayStation, Xbox One, then there's the Sega Genesis. I don't know if you can see crap, but yeah. I probably shouldn't have thrown that in that chair, but yeah, I mean, like, they've changed so freaking much, and I'm sure a lot of you have agreed with me out there about a bunch of stuff. If you do, please leave a comment or a video freaking response. Expect a lot more rants too, so yeah, because I'm feeling really freaking angry and I don't know freaking why. So yeah, if you agree with me, if people agree with me out there about the consoles and the controllers changing, comment, rate, and subscribe, or leave a freaking video response. So yeah. So if you agree with me, leave a video response or a comment, and I will get back to you, because I read every comment that's on my that are on my channel. So you will not feel left out if you do. So I'm gonna end this video because this video is 14 minutes long. It's the longest video I've ever made. Hope you guys like my videos. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and peace out.